welcome. Holding here the Great Book of Amber by Roger Zelazny. This is 10 books in this series, all collected in one volume. And I thought it a little odd that there's no foreword. Usually when you get a collection of books like this, there's a foreword or preamble of something by another author telling you, well, I really like these books and here's why. Nothing like that. I knew nothing of this. I just dove in, and that's all you can do. And I had this momentary feeling, for some reason it popped in there. It's like when you start a particular video game where the character you play wakes up and he has no memory and you have to figure out who he is and where he's going and where he's been. Well, that just happens to be how this starts. Corwin wakes up in a New York hospital, has no idea who he is, has no idea where he's been. He does get some sense of himself, but what's funny too is there's a video game of these two, so all that little odd coincidence I thought. But he does have a sense of himself, and so he starts taking charge, and he starts, telling people, I'm getting out of this hospital, you're not going to drug me anymore. He has to threaten his way out and get some leads and find out what's going on. So this is about a family of ruling class that there are 9 princes and I believe 7 princesses, all Machiavellian, all stabbing each other in the back for power. Corwin himself notes that he's been on Earth for about 400 years, and after he loses his memories and wakes up, he's softened a little bit, so no telling yet just how horrible he was before. There's some hints that, oh, you disrespect him, he'll kill you on the spot, or someone will do it for him who sees him as a ruler and so forth. So he probably wasn't that good a guy. But in here, someone's taken power, one of his brothers. He's gonna get the kingdom back, get the crown back, or take it for himself. I should say rather, it's not him getting it back. Their father is long gone, and he was the ruler. And this fellow Eric, his brother Eric, has taken power, and he's gonna have a coronation for himself. So Corwin starts dealing with other brothers and sisters. Maybe they're gonna stick with him, maybe not. We'll see where the power structure lies, and they'll turn on each other in an instant. This is set up. They're almost, I was starting to get worried there wasn't much of a magic system, but it turns out there was this old misshapen hunchback ancient artist who could instill magic into his artwork. And so he had written in this one large room, it was like 100 yards wide or something, this what was called the pattern. And this pattern gave them what was the ability to what they called shadow walk. This is kind of a way of saying we're gonna travel dimensions. And in part of the power structure is that you could even go shadow walking and feel your way around and actually create a whole new world. And they indicate here that there could be infinite numbers of the city of Amber with each one of those brothers and sisters ruling. But none of them wanted that. They wanted the original city of Amber to call themselves the rulers. And interesting enough, so the city of Amber itself and its environs, that's apparently the real world, and everything else is just a shadow reflection of it in one form or another. So the earth in our modern times is just some kind of shadow realm of the realms of Amber. They also get the ability, there are these cards created, like tarot cards, in which each one of them is depicted, and they all have copies, and they can all call each other as if they're smartphones, and if the other will accept, teleport them there. So a nice tactical ability they gain out of that, which they make use of. So, but I will say later too, there is this, during this invasion, apparently they have the ability to control weather. That was just kind of a side thing. All of a sudden you can just control weather. As one seemed to use another object, so it's not fully fleshed out as to what each can do and when they can do it and why. This doesn't seem to be, there's an indication of he's a sorcerer, but there doesn't seem to be that way in like a traditional fantasy where a wizard can, hocus pocus into a lightning bolt or that kind of thing. Overall, not bad at all. Didn't blow me away. It was the first book. Quick, what's the title of that first book? 9 Princes in Amber It was published in 1970. Kind of feels like it, not that it's dated, but it just feels like an older written book like that. And I'm going to keep going. If each story really interests me that much, then it take me a couple days to get through it, and I do a video, and then just do nothing but videos of this until I get done. But if I get wary of it, if I get tired of it, I'll just stop and maybe pick it up later, read something else. A little mood reader here. So it can change in a heartbeat just like that. I'm promising myself I'm going to read this next, so I am going to do that. But I've been, for some reason, having Dresden Files. I have the first book. I would need to reread it, and maybe I would start going through those. So ahead of my TBR once again. We'll see what happens. A decent read, not bad to pick it up. Something to go back to here and there, even if you get tired of it or not. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm off to the second one. There you go. Quick one on the Chronicles of. They're called the Chronicles of Amber, but this is, there you go, the complete Amber Chronicles, and the great book Amber. There you go. Thank you much. Maybe see you in a couple days. Bye-bye now.